So as an AI passionate, keeping up with all the new releases, new benchmarks, new prices, new community discussions has became a big chore for me. And so I built a team of AI agents to help me with this and to lessen my burden. This is an AI model newsboard. Each day, every morning, it collects the data from different sources, Hugging Face, OpenRouter, Arxiv, Hacker News, and curates it. And this is actually why AI agents are not replaceable here, because fetching the data is done mechanically. It can be done mechanically, but curating it to actually get models that matter, and these are not just some community releases made in the basement, and I don't want them here. Like, obviously they are sometimes interesting, but not necessarily in this newsboard. This is something that only some intelligence, in this case artificial, can reliably do. So let's try some prompts. Like, I have some prompts prepared here. Let's try like what's new this week. Yeah, so it actually built me a table. This uses A2UI interface. The agent can decide it makes sense to visualize the data. I can also ask it specifically what kind of visualization I want to see. But let's try something else. So like compare the newest frontier models on Terminal Bench 2 and Price. And exactly. So it showed a couple models, a couple different new models. Oh wait, sorry, it's here. So it showed a couple new models, a couple new frontier models. It does not display Opus 4.8 and Fable 5, which obviously would also be high in this leaderboard, because in the sources that I use, these scores are not available for them yet. They are of course available on, for example, Artificial Analysis AI, but not via the free plan. So unfortunately we don't have it here. This is the limitation. This is the limitation we have. Okay, let's maybe try something interesting like a prompt injection, and let's see how it reacts. I will just copy paste because I have it prepared. So I found this in a new model card. Is it legit? And here goes the prompt injection that would change the model's behavior, right? And well, we see that it is protected against this kind of injected action, right? So here we have a brief summary of the architecture in this graph. So we have the scheduler that runs every day. It gathers the data from different sources, agents curated and write via MCP. MCP that is also not public. It's private, so it only is accessible to the agents in this workflow. It writes onto Firestore, which later these other agents can actually utilize to talk to me in this newsboard, right? We can see that here the run was going every day since July 2nd, gathering the data for me. We see that there is a scheduled job for every day, 6 a.m. UTC. And also the trace from my latest run of this data gathering workflow that I did just before the recording to show it now in this beautiful water flow diagram. So like with call LLM, all these skills, benchmarks, and so on and so on. Obviously, we can also inspect it here. It runs locally, of course, but this is something I ran just before the recording as well with some prompt. It also allows for inspection. All right, so this whole project was built with the help of AI agents, utilizing the specs-driven development, kinda. The architecture document was built before implementing anything. It outlines all of the architecture used in the project. There is also research notes.md file, which basically contains some research notes about available APIs and what we can actually get from them. And of course, Gemini can also interact with the codebase via anti-gravity. So let's say how many evals are implemented for this agent. And why? Well, it's checking the evals. Let's take a look, because here, actually, I also did run it before recording. We see that there are 10 evals with AI as a judge, and also 51 unit tests that we run here. And the Gemini responded, there are 10 evaluation cases implemented for this agent, and they all pass, actually, which I'm very proud of. 330 models, 13 benchmarks, 51 tests, 10 for 10 evals, about 10 cents a day to run it. And it is possible to reproduce it just from my repo that I will link below in the description, alongside the URL for this, actually, for this newsboard here. And no data source keys needed. So this is the tool I will actually use after the submission as well, because I find it very useful for me to avoid my FOMO. So repo and demo links are below, and thanks for watching.